Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today it's a long overdue video and we want to talk where are we standing with Bitcoin and does it actually make sense to buy a Bitcoin miner in 2020 after the block reward halving? So let's hop right into that. So we see light red here on today's market. The Bitcoin dominance is at 64.3%, no changes here. And let's take a look at the chart. Now, of course, we broke down from the ascending channel. We are a little bit below the 200-day moving average, but how are we actually doing? So since the big drop, let's do this. Since the complete drop started, we lost only 1.9, so 2%. That's not too bad, right? Then how did we recover from that huge, massive drop? Let's see, we were here. This was the lowest point, and now we are here. So we made almost 130% since then. Let's compare this to other assets. How is the stock market doing in comparison? Since the drop, Bitcoin lost 2%. Stock market in the US lost 12% since then. Now, how did the market recover since the drop? So we take the lowest point and we see they made 42% up. So Bitcoin outperformed the stock market by 300%. That is pretty impressive. Now, let's compare this with the UK. Stock market in the United Kingdom, since the drop started, we are facing a decrease of 17.6%, again versus Bitcoin 2%. And then how did the stock market in the United Kingdom recover since then? Lowest point was here, and they made plus 26%. So again, no matter which country, you can see that Bitcoin outperformed the stock market in every country. There was one thing that outperformed Bitcoin, and this is gold. I mean, gold is even still now above the 200-day moving average. And there was also no logical explanation why the market crashed for gold. It came down by 13%, but we all know that gold is a store of value. If you have the funds, I always recommend to add this into your portfolio. Anyway, how does gold do? Right now, we are, since the crash started, up by 5.5%, 5.5% above. So this outperforms Bitcoin. And let's take a look from the lowest point, that was here, to now. Gold is up by plus 22.36%, but again, it is an overall increase in price and value, and that's why this is currently the best performing asset that we have. So now let's take a look at the indicators. We have mixed signals here. On the one-day node, it says sell for Bitcoin. 1 week is buy and strong buy. 1 month is again a mix of strong buy and sell. I'm completely bullish on Bitcoin because this is not simply an investment. It's not simply an asset. For me, this is also a currency replacement where you can trade internationally, globally, without any restrictions. Nobody but you has the control over this currency. And that's the specialty about any cryptocurrency. Now let's hop into the topic. Does it make sense to buy a Bitcoin miner in 2020? And to answer this, I don't want to make it extra long. We can make it very short and simple. Let's just take the best performing Bitcoin miner and see how much does it cost us to operate the miner and how much do we get out of it. I'm here on the website of Bitmain, and as you can see, all these miners are sold out. I can't believe it. They cost currently $2,407. If you live in the United States, you have to add to this not only the hefty shipping costs from Bitmain, also about 30% on customs. So you will end up paying about $3,500 for a miner like this. We'll also take a look here to Innosilicon, but I will tell you honestly, when you look at their miners, and let's talk about Bitcoin miners, their most advanced, I don't know if you even want to call it advanced miner, is this one. And that is not even close to the performance of the miners of Bitmain. Still, they're all sold out, and I don't understand why. This one consumes 3,300 watt and has an output of 67 terahash per second. The Bitmain consumes less, 3,250 watt, and has an output of 110 terahash per second. So we don't even need a calculator. You get almost twice as much out of this one, and it consumes less. All right, now this one, let's really calculate this. If you have 110 terahash per second, how many Bitcoin will you make per day? So let's put this here into watt to mine. 100 terahash per second. That will give you about 0.009 Bitcoin per day. So we have to put this in our calculator. Now what's the Bitcoin price of today? It's $9,032. So we multiply this by 9,032, and this gives us our income, $8.12 per day, $8.13 if you really want to round it up, per day. How much electricity does this miner consume? Let's take a look. It consumes 3,250 watt. Now this miner runs 24 hours in order to produce your $8, right? 3,250 times 24 hours. Electricity price here in the United States is on average 13 cents per kilowatt hour. So we divide this by 1,000 and multiply this by the price. And this is our electricity fee. We have to pay to operate this miner $10.14. Now let's subtract this from our profit. And you see we make about $2 minus every single day that we operate the miner. So I don't have to even calculate any further. If you operate it for a year, you lose about $700 plus the $3,500 this miner initially costs. Of course, as soon as the Bitcoin price goes up, we'll talk about different numbers. But right now, hello. So to summarize my video, as long as you live in a country with high electricity fees like the United States, it doesn't make any sense to purchase a Bitcoin miner right now. We have to wait until the prices for Bitcoin are much higher to more than simply cover the electricity fees, because we want to make a profit. Don't forget that you also have to deal with all the noise level that such a miner produces and the heat that comes out of a miner. So there are cooling solutions necessary, and these cooling solutions also eat up a lot of energy. And finally, my tip of the day: do not trust anyone else with your hard-earned crypto. Store your funds safe on a hardware wallet like Ledger Nano S or the Ledger Nano X. I put a link in the description below. Keep control over your crypto, because this is the idea behind crypto. Cryptocurrencies, that means freedom. And you are in control, nobody else. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye for now.